The reason I'm pulling you over is your derogatory sticker on the back of your truck. How's it not derogatory?
Words.
So some 10-year-old little kid looks over and reads that IE ass and asks his mom what it means. How's she going to explain that?
That's the parents' job, my job.
Okay, let me see your driver's license. Mr. Webb, step out of your vehicle, please. I'm going to have you take off one of those letters so that the word...
You're not infringing my First Amendment right. You're not doing that.
I have 4 kids. If my 6-year-old was to look at me and be like, Dad, what does IE ass mean? Okay, I'd be furious. Place your hands behind your back.
For what?
Because I gave you the option to take that off your window, okay? That is a violation of a Florida state statute, and it is a misdemeanor, okay?
I'd rather suck a D in a Ford than eat ass in a Chevy. I think that's how it goes. I blame Pep Boys for stocking such a racy decal. That fellow dirtbag Floridian is Dylan, and he eats ass, but it looks like his real weakness is carbs. With all the humidity, Florida is the worst state for tongue in the swampy Tootsie Hole. When that miniature cop harassed him, Dylan was brave enough to stand his ground. The First Amendment gives you the right to yell, I eat ass, even in a crowded theater that's on fire. Analingus used to be for pervs. Now millennials consider it first base. Sure, it's a little gross, but so is putting ketchup on eggs. Do I eat ass? I don't kiss and smell. Just make sure that stinky starfish is clean, or you'll end up looking like Prime Minister Justin Trudeau at a costume party. Jail hardly seems like a punishment for a guy that likes to butt munch. But when Dylan got arrested, instead of wasting his one phone call on a lawyer, he was smart enough to tweet me. That's why I flew him to D.C., a town full of buttholes, and agreed to represent that ass clown before the highest court in the land in this week's Web Redemption. Dylan.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Great.
A little underdressed for the Supreme Court, ain't you?
Underdressed? I had to wait in line 3 days with a bunch of Asian kids for this Supreme gear. I look cool as shit.
Hey, man, thanks for taking my case.
You're welcome. Saw your tweet, doing this pro bono. I learned that word from Mr. John Grisham.
Oh, yay, oh, yay, oh, yay! Woo! And now, introducing your Supreme Court justices!
What'd you get? Oh!
Oh, I got Briar.
Throw it back! Dylan?
How's it going?
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Where are you from?
Lake City, Florida.
What's Lake City like?
When you think of the South, that's what you think of.
Oh.
Lifted trucks everywhere, chewing tobacco, and nothing but fields everywhere.
Is this the most Florida moment of your life?
It is.
Place your hands behind your back.
For what?
Because I gave you the option to take that off your window, okay? That is a violation of a Florida state statute, and it is a misdemeanor, okay?
It's always funny when Florida news comes out. It's always cringeworthy, but I think you were on the right side of it.
Yeah.
You did us proud. Was I eat ass the only sticker you considered, or were there other contenders?
I got mine made at the local shop, the one that we happened to pull into when I got pulled over.
That is a coincidence that you were pulled over.
In the same spot.
How long was that sticker on your car before you were pulled over?
I got it Wednesday, and then that Sunday, I got pulled over.
Hey, you got pulled over on the Sabbath. You can't eat ass on the Sabbath.
I try not to.
There are far more offensive stickers out there than I eat ass that are all completely legal. I fist ass. My child eats your honor student's ass. I'll shit on your chest. I chug jizz. My other ride is your mom's c***. Blue lives don't matter. Black lives greater than blue lives greater than or equal to women. I don't even find this one offensive. Guns don't kill people, cops do. 9/11 was a lie. Screw veterans. Dead people can't say no. I actually might want that one. You can pry my gun from my kid's cold, dead hands. There's definitely not child pornography on my work computer. Oh, that's good. You just put that sticker on your buddy's car and let the fun begin. Everyone you love will eventually die. Now that's a harder sticker to explain to a child. Well, it's not as hard as explaining why you bigots in our nation's capital still drive around with racist Indian chief stickers on your cars. Did you go to jail?
Yeah.
How much ass did you eat there?
None.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I do.
Had you eaten ass a lot before?
Not really, but I was like, you know what? If this works, I'm gonna try it. And it worked.
And the reason I'm pulling you over is your derogatory sticker on the back of your truck. How's it not derogatory?
Words.
Now, when you got pulled over, you seemed so calm, cool, and collective. How did you know that you weren't going to be shot and killed?
I was white.
Hey, Sotomayor, wake up Ginsburg. Do you think that cop has ever had someone eat his ass?
Probably his boss afterwards.
You think he got in trouble?
I think so.
Did he do something wrong?
He put him in jail for his First Amendment rights.
Why is he so worried about explaining it to kids? We get it. You've had sex, you f***ing tiny little man.
I have 4 kids. If my 6-year-old was to look at me and be like, Dad, what does IE ass mean, okay? I'd be furious.
That's what I don't understand, because I've been in my local Walmart, heard worse.
And did you leave it on?
It stayed on until I get the truck back.
It wasn't even your truck?
I was doing a 30-day hold with the car dealership.
It sucks you don't have the truck anymore. More importantly, it sucks you don't have that sticker. But anybody can get an I eat ass sticker.
Anybody.
But now, thanks to my connection at the DMV, only you will have the official I eat ass license plate. Now, what did I have to do to get this? I'm not gonna tell you.
What'd you do?
I ate her ass. How many times? I'm not gonna tell you that. Twice.
I appreciate it.
How would you explain this to a kid? Iranian ski goggles. You familiar with that one? That's when you set your balls over your partner's eyes. What about the Chattanooga push pop? That's when you put the dick and balls, all of them, in the butthole. You know, in the caboose, the Chattanooga push pop.
I'm curious how you would explain this to a 10-year-old.
I brought in my 10-year-old daughter, if it pleases the court. I know it pleases Kavanaugh. Dylan, explain your sticker.
When 2 people love each other very much, they tend to show it by kissing each other on the lips. Sometimes, when they really love each other, they tend to kiss the smelly parts too. Perfectly normal. It's okay.
Do you understand that, sweetie?
Yeah, whatever floats your boat, as long as it's consensual. Can I go now?
Little angel, just like her mother. Your honors. My client is honest and unashamed that he eats ass. That doesn't make him a criminal. It makes him an adventurous and generous lover.
Mr. Tosh, you present a compelling argument. However, none of this matters as the arresting officer failed to appear in court today. Case is dismissed.
Loophole! Loophole! Celebrate! Celebrate!
Do you need your parking validated?
All that talk vaccine probably got you guys hungry, but I'd be remiss if I didn't point out the numerous associated health risks like dysentery, HPV, herpes, pink eye, chlamydia, gonorrhea, and all of the hepatitises.